Amazon Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal? All of you ugly motherfuckers. What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're
else?
not giving a pass or nothing like that.
No. There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You lose respect to yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so if it's cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman.
Oh.
Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just wanna rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay, okay, oh, all right, you ain't gotta kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
Because I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, oh. I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's like the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d. I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no. I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking
ass. Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he looked like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shame. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
him, you slut, Bernard."
He about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you're gonna hear bitch. What up? What up? What up? Bitch. 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 What's the deal, everybody? You know what this is. This is the ish that we talk. I am your joint toting, a joint smoking, bad mofo that you see in front of you. I am with the orchestrator, the demonstrator, the creator, none greater. If you hating, see you later. Classy, ratchet, baddest. I tried to do my Megan Thee Stallion. Round of applause for my cousin, family, partner, co-host, and the architect of this whole thing, Lindsay.
Hello, you slut.
You slut.
You slut.
But not.
It's such a good movie.
It's a great movie. We need more. We need more low down dirty shame memes.
We really do. We really do. They're slacking in the meme department. But yeah, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm doing well. My son is his 2 teeth is out. His new nickname is Two Tooth. He giggles every time I say it.
That's awesome. Now he gonna be slobbering all over the place.
Hey, he was going through an ordeal trying to bust them 2 things over. He was irritated. I am so glad they finally cut through.
I can imagine, as a person that has been through braces, not once but twice, I can imagine how that would feel with teeth breaking through. My teeth just shifted and it was painful.
He used to be so mad. He'll be sitting there cool, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, What's going on, man? You all right?
He
just flop over. Like he'll be playing, and then he'll hit and look at me, and then he'll flop down like, yeah, he fucked up. And that Ambisol shit, I'm gonna tell people right now, listen, I love mothers. Mothers and grandmothers, they know so much when it comes to babies. That this, it's just unfathomable to me how people don't think grandmothers and are just people that used to be mothers and their kids is grown. They don't be thinking they still relevant. I was trying to get this nigga Ambisol and all that shit, and I had 2 ladies. I had one grandmother, and then I had a white lady that I worked with, and they hit me to the game. One, the grandmother was like, "Hey, wet a towel, throw it in the freezer, let it get, you know what I'm saying, let it get hard, and then give it to him. He gonna suck on that motherfucker till he fall asleep." And she 100% truthful.
Oh wow, okay.
Then the white lady was like, "Hey, go get you some not some grapes, but some blueberries. Freeze them, and let him suck on them because he's gonna break it down, and then he can swallow it because it's healthy for him." So, and that shit helped him tremendously.
Excuse me. I would be afraid of him swallowing them whole.
So what I did was he has like a pacifier that you can put fruit in and he can suck the juice out, and I just stuffed them in there and let him just chew on that.
Okay. Yeah, well that's cool. That's cool that folks was hipping you phone game.
Yeah, because that Ambisol shit worked for like 15 minutes and that nigga is crying again.
Right. Yeah, them old school remedies, they definitely come through in the clutch. So
what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
You know, I'm here. Living a life.
Still here.
I'm still here. You know, I'm here. You know, it's been a week. Not bad, not good. Just it's been a week. You know, just happy that it's at the end. Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah. So speaking of weeks in Kansas City, we have had one hell of a week in Kansas City as a whole. So we started off the week with Usher's international concert. You know, Usher's international concert that had an opener and closer of the Chiefs versus 49ers Super Bowl. But, you know, small things. Usher's concert was amazing.
Usher's concert was not the start of it. But his halftime show was really amazing. He really did make the world look at the A.
I said he had an opener and closer.
His halftime show did exactly what he said it did, and it made the world look at the A.
Yeah, he brought the world.
I really love how Usher represented Atlanta on top of doing one of the best performances that the Super Bowl has ever seen, period, point blank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he's actually from. So, but he did bring the world to the A.
And from Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Why you don't shout out Chattanooga like that?
He does. That's the killer part about it. Yeah, but people only hear Atlanta. See, you know, he came out as a child singer, and what happened was that they moved from Chattanooga to Atlanta so that he can get discovered. so yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with Ludacris claiming the A when he moved there when he was like a teenager.
Yeah,
you know, so it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, he is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He does shout out Chattanooga though. It's just like I said, people don't pay attention to that part. He shouted out Chattanooga. His concert that he did, that he made a video of, this was years ago, back when like My Way was a thing. Usher Live, if any Usher fans know, he has a video, Usher Live, and it was done in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Another thing is that when he was on Carpool Karaoke, he had a shirt that said Chattanooga on it. That was a shout out. But he does shout them out. But yeah.
I respect that. I respect that. It's you know, it's better than Eminem, because shit, Eminem is from St. Joseph, Missouri, y'all. If you didn't know that. But he only represents Detroit. Yeah, and it's fine. It's cool. It's cool because that's where he got his friends and he got his backing and all that, you know. So I gotta respect him for repping the hood that took him in. But
yeah,
you know,
and he still got there too.
I remember you from way back, and when you used to shout out the Mo. You don't shout out the Mo no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's different than Ludacris, because you never hear Ludacris saying shout out to Chicago. So
you don't, but I can't fault him. He did go. He was fucking with Chicago rappers.
Yeah, because that's where Shauna from.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he had Shauna way back on the first album.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Back for the first time. So yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Usher was great. I know initially when I first watched it, I was like, it kind of looked last minute. But then when I watched it again and again, I was like, it wasn't last minute. It just was a whole lot going on, because he was like incorporating Las Vegas culture too.
Yeah.
You know, so he did a lot. And then on top of that, I also initially was like, I'm still like, he sung too many songs. But in the same breath, that's a good problem to have. Because there's still hits that he didn't even sing. So, yeah. That's, I mean, when you got a whole lot of hits, yeah, you got to try to fit them in 15 minutes.
You got to.
You know, he was touching on stuff left and right. You know, and he did what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to do My Way, because My Way is just something that he just has to do because he's telling people it's my way. You know, so it would have been he would have performed.
A great disservice.
Huh?
I said I feel like he did us a great disservice. We're not coming out. Well, not he didn't have to come out to My Way, but actually but incorporating My Way, he didn't do that, and I was like, dang.
Well, he did and he didn't. The first song that was played was My Way, but he didn't perform.
He didn't perform it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it, and I mean that's kind of how it is at the Vegas residency. Like they play it in the beginning when we about to start, but he doesn't like have any minutes on stage playing it. So yeah.
If you gonna play an instrumental but not sing it, you should have did Just Call Me a Mac. Remember that, Jim?
No. If we're gonna go there, he could have did Think of You. Now he act like that song don't exist.
Yeah.
He could have did Think of You. That would have been awesome if he would have shot it out. Think of You. No.
Oh, man, I got family.
You got dinner.
100% agree.
Yeah. So, so yeah. Now one song I was shocked that he didn't do was "You Make Me Wanna."
Yeah.
So that would have been dope, but you know, like I said, that's a good problem to have. You know, he fit in as much as he could. Then he had the band playing. I forgot what I think it was Jackson State that they were from. So that was dope. Then he had the Noops. He had them on there, and they were because they were dancing with him on Love in This Club. So,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. I had to see that on Twitter. So, but yeah, I was hyped. I was hyped on songs that I don't even care for, like "Love in This Club" with the Noops. I don't care for that song. That ain't nothing that I want to play. Now the remix is something different, but for me to be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna play "Love in This Club," let's play that. No, that doesn't happen.
Well, I was actually hyped that a game was being played. And the game was.
But we're not done with Usher.
It was a nail biter. Shout out to Kansas City for winning another chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the town.
So now they have 4 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. So you can put them right up in there in the dynasty status. So I'll give them that.
And they did back to back. So that was cool. And I got a day off. So shout out to them.
Yeah, I didn't. So I ain't gonna shout them out.
Hey, when one of us wins, we both win. Right?
I get okay. Yep, you right. I give you that. I give you that.
Okay.
Well, my black ass had to work.
Yeah, we look, Jazz, we can. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, that was I mean, for real, that was a good game. That was a good game. I watched the second half and I watched the overtime. So, shout out to the Chiefs and shout out to the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? What I don't appreciate is the fact that they fired their defensive coordinator. That's some bullshit. Did you see that?
Who did, the 49ers?
Yeah. They fired him like Wednesday, Thursday, one of them days.
If they fired him over the over the Super Bowl, they wasn't watching the Super Bowl because why the 49ers lost the Super Bowl is they didn't fucking run the ball.
Dude, I was like, why are they firing him? Like, we was talking about it at work. I was saying, honestly, nobody should be fired because the fact that y'all even made it to the Super Bowl and it was a tight game like it was, and y'all went to overtime, like everybody did their job. It wasn't your year to win. That's just what the way the script was written, as some people think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you fire anybody? Y'all can just come back and fight next year. But yeah. So yeah, so shout out to him. I'm sure he'll get picked up by somebody. But yeah, I thought that was some straight bullshit to fire him. But I guess somebody had to be the scapegoat. But the defensive coordinator, it ain't like the Chiefs was putting shit up on the board like that for them to be like, oh, you failed. You know what I mean?
Nah, they wouldn't. I mean, it wasn't the defense fault. What happened? It was they stopped doing what they did to get them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But Baltimore did the same thing. Baltimore went to the AFC Championship running the ball, and then they didn't run the ball in the AFC Championship. 49ers, half of what got them there was their running game, and they didn't run the fucking ball. It's just what it is. Yeah. They seen that one mistake, and then they stopped running the ball.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that, and I mean, it is what it is, but I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate it personally, like it affects my paycheck, but yeah. But
better luck next time.
Yeah, shout out to them, because it was a good fight. I guess we can talk about the other part now. But yeah, so on Valentine's Day, St. Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our victory parade. I did not attend, but I did have family that did. Unfortunately, instead of talking about all of the positivity that would have come up out of the parade, the world is talking about the negativity, and rightfully so. And there was a shooting at the parade. It was at the end of the parade, but nonetheless, no, you've probably seen all the countless videos and stuff like that of the attack. Right now, last I heard, they have 3 people in custody. 2 of them were teenagers. The 2 teenagers have been charged with gun charges and resisting arrest, which I don't understand how they got resisting arrest, because one of them got tackled by one of the parade goers and held him down until the police came. And that was all on video. So I don't get where they're talking about resisting arrest, but whatever.
Charge them with whatever you want to charge them with, though.
Yeah. If they did it, because I don't know why, but I do know why, because it just, to me, it just feels like, it just really feels like they're just trying to charge somebody. I honestly don't think they did it. I honestly don't think they did it. I think they got the wrong person.
You
It's
do?
yeah, it's a lot because like if you look at the video with the guy that tackled him, right? The one that got tackled. He was running towards Union Station, not running away. Why are you running towards the scene of the crime? Then they talk about, okay, he had a gun. Well, a lot of people had guns down there. So I think that they just got somebody that had a gun. Then the third person, they are barely talking about. They are focusing on these two guys or these two teenagers or whatever. And excuse me. They're not talking about the third person that they detained. And they are saying that the third person that they detained is actually connected to a shooting that happened in Fort Worth back in January. So, and then I did see a tweet where they were saying that they were targeting the parade. Now, I don't know how true the tweet is. You know how people are with AI. So everything I'm saying is alleged or whatnot. Because I don't take my word for this shit. But this is what I've been seeing. But it's just, I just feel like then on top of that, you know, we don't do stereotypically. A black person is not doing a mass shooting. And this is an election year. So you know they about to turn this shit political.
Oh yeah.
And black people is going against the stereotype. So this can feed into another agenda. So it's just, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I feel like I'm sounding like a conspiracy theorist. And that's fine. If you want to label me one, fine.
Well, you're not.
But
You're not. What I was going to say about the whole situation was, can we not glance over what on the media they're saying that they found? It was guns and trash cans. So this was an orchestrated situation. So this was a terrorist attack. Not only was it one of those, and we really have to understand the format and the basis of where this shit happened. This shit happened right by the federal building.
Right.
So I just think it's beyond these teenagers.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. I'm never, again, this is just my opinion. So I can't say if they were involved or they wasn't involved. But I do believe that they stuck their hand in some shit that they didn't have no business being in.
Yeah. Now, if they had a gun on them, that's not far-fetched. Them shoot, because like whoever was shooting either had awesome aim or zero aim because of the people that they shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just don't make sense. You know, it just really ain't making sense. Why these and then like are the two teenagers that are arrested, were they the ones at odds with one another? Were they trying to shoot each other and they just completely missed their target, but they shot everybody else? Like it just don't make sense. Because and the way that they're trying to paint it was that it was like a disagreement or something like that. But disagreement with who? Did they hit their target? Like, who was they disagreeing with? Like, were they on the same side? Do they even know each other? Like, what? Huh? Like, I get that it's early and I get that we need to wait for stuff like that, but I don't think that the bullets that they're going to pull out of the people that got shot are going to be a match. I just don't.
I just want to say and this is just me in my opinion, that was a Valentine's Day massacre. And if we're gonna go off your narrative, then we got two teenagers that are going to get blamed for some shit that in my conspiracy theory type of mind was a terrorist act. And it's sad because we're losing so many lives. We're losing these teens, and we're the kids that are in the Children's Mercy right now. I think it's two people that they now confirmed are dead.
Is it?
Yeah, because it was a DJ, and I think one because a lot of them kids was in critical condition. They haven't said anything, but I think it's been confirmed too.
Yeah, all I heard about was the DJ passing away, and then Children's Mercy, the head of Children's Mercy came out and said, I think it was like 3 kids that were in critical condition, but all of them were supposed to make a full recovery. So maybe it was an adult that was in critical condition that passed away. I don't know. I haven't heard about the second person dying. But I know they're going to pin it on somebody because something like this has to be blamed. Somebody has to be blamed.
Somebody has to be blamed for it. One thing I want to say to the audience and just everybody just in general, what y'all have to stop doing, and I know it's your social media, you guys can do what y'all want to. What has been grinding my gears is people saying that, you know, let's talk about the good time. I'm gonna talk about the good time that I had and post their pictures, and they do things. It's like, I get you want to do it, you want to be that kind, like, you know, let's not talk about it. Let's talk about, you know, it being a celebration. But you do that, you know, to yourself. You keep that to yourself. You don't do that and post it on social media when you got people on social media who auntie's not coming home, mama not coming home, sister not coming home, daughter not coming home.
Right. That's like taunting.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in the profession that I'm in, that's called one-upmanship, where you're trying to make yourself seem like you're better than the next person.
Right. Right. That's like going on vacation with 10 people and 9 people coming back and being like, yeah, we lost a person, but look at my pictures.
Yeah, but look at the good time we had.
Like, that's not, no, it ain't a good time when you don't come back with the same people. Derek Jordan is watching. He says, "What's up, my people? Hey, what's going on?"
What up, Derek? Yeah. I just want to emphasize that because I really want people to be empathetic about if it's only just that lady, the lady that lost her life. And then I also want you to really understand that, you know, people in the hospital right now that didn't expect that, they went to have a good time. Right. And their whole life has changed. Right. And family's whole life has changed. Right. Let's not even get about the trauma that was going on because of that melee. Mm-hmm. People were running and people were getting trampled over. It's people in the hospital right now because they got trampled over, not even getting shot. Right. Right. You know,
there's people that's gonna be having therapy sessions for years to come because they're not gonna be able to do big spaces, big crowds, you know.
It was children that were left behind. Like it was so bad that they had to post a hotline for people to call in because it was so many kids that were lost and missing.
Right. Derek Jordan says, Lily Beard coming back, LOL.
Yeah, it's coming back strong too, because I could have did that booty face, man. No.
But yeah, have you ever been lost by your parent?
No.
I have.
I've never been lost by a parent.
And I will never fucking forget it. That shit was scary as hell. So I can imagine what those kids were going through, losing their parent. That I can't imagine what my mama went through when she lost me, because I ain't a parent, but as being her child, I thought the world was ending. How the hell I lose my mama?
Yeah, I've never been lost. I have been forgotten. So that's a whole nother topic to unpack.
Right. You was on your Kevin McAllister, huh?
Yeah, I have been forgotten. I have been like, damn, dude, what the fuck is everybody at? And the motherfuckers had to double back, like, oh shit, nigga, we didn't know you was in the car.
Well, at least they didn't get to their destination.
Yeah.
Because Kevin's family got to their destination. Kevin!
Right, these niggas made it to Paris and New York, left this nigga.
Right. What kind of shit is that? How you lose a whole child?
Twice.
Or forget a whole child twice. But yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget that shit.
But nah, all jokes aside though.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was crazy for me. Just even being transparent with the audience. My my girl and my son was down there. And so it was an ordeal for me because I didn't know. I got the call from my girl and she was like, "Have you been watching the news?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm training people, so of course I haven't." I wasn't even checking for my phone either. I just happened to just put it on take it off vibrate so I can actually hear it.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling me everything that was going on. Then I started listening to the news and then I started getting paranoid and worried. And so I had to reassure myself that they were fine because she told me they were fine.
Right.
You know,
right.
in that situation where everything's on lockdown, they still talking about they trying to find shooters. I didn't know what I'm saying. I was just like, you know what? This is, I don't know, as a person who had loved ones there, my anxiety was on 1200.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I didn't go because Usher wasn't there. But no, seriously. No, seriously.
I'm gonna start looking at you like how you look at me when every time Jada Pinkett come up.
Right. You know, if Usher was there, I would have been there. You know, with bells on. But you know, they couldn't afford Usher. But
yeah, they could.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, seriously, my mom, my sister, and my nephew was down there. And I heard right before lunch, because we got TVs all over at my job. And right before lunch, one of my coworkers got a message and was like, they shooting down there. And so I was like, what? And I looked up because the TV is like right above my head. So I looked up and there was the players and the cops running into Union Station. And I'm like, there it is right there. What the hell? And of course, they weren't calling it a shooting yet. They were calling it a social disturbance, I think that's what they called it. But yeah. And it was like right before, it was like about 2 minutes before my lunch. So I was like, let me go call them down. And of course, I called my mama. She don't answer. I called my nephew. He answers, no problem. And I'm like, where y'all at? And he's like, at the parade. I'm like, no, where specifically? Who's with you? Like, I went on 10 because I was just like, what in the entire world? So then later on through the conversation, I'm talking to my sister. And she says they were walking past a cop. And the cop had the walkie-talkie on and turned up all the way. And the walkie-talkie said something about a Chiefs player. She starts screaming. And the cop turned the walkie-talkie down. So she put two and two together and was like, a Chiefs player got hit.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right.
I was
Shout out to
like-
Ashley.
Right. I was like, I mean, shit. I probably would have put 2 and 2 together too. Got to the same conclusion, but yeah, I wouldn't have screamed. But yeah, they're diehard, so yeah, whatever. But I was just like, why did you scream? So you can hear everything on that damn walkie-talkie. So yeah, so I had thought for a minute that a Chiefs player got hit, but as we know now, no Chiefs players got injured. Of course, because that's the only thing they seemed like they cared about. They had over 800 cops down there. So you mean to tell me not one cop was just like walking around in the crowd like, hey, no. And then supposedly, allegedly, they had snipers on the roof. But the video that we saw of the guy tackling was from the lofts. And then it was a civilian that tackled. So what the fuck was the cops doing?
Well, what I will say is because I got a dude in the fire department. It was snipers on the roof. The thing that baffles me about well, not in the roof, but all through Union Station, like they had snipers.
So that's the only part they cared about was Union Station because that's where the players were.
Yeah, exactly, because that's where the players were. Now what I will say is this is why I believe them teens got into some shit that they know nothing about. The shooting didn't happen until the fireworks started. If they were just maybe if they had stopped like 5 seconds before the fireworks stopped, nobody would have known nothing. It would have just been people laid out dead. The thing was, when the fireworks started dying down, that's when people start saying, no, those are shots. And that's when people start panicking.
Yeah, because I saw a video where it was a news reporter, and he was standing there because a lot of people were just standing around because they thought it was fireworks. And the shots rang off, and he's just standing there, and then he turns around and he's looking. And the perimeter is just people just walking just like Scooty-Doo. But then the inner part, they start dispersing. And so it took like about 20 seconds, which is really a long time in a duress. And then finally he was like, something's happening. But he still didn't know at the time, like anything, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's scary. It really is scary. From what I understand, they have canceled a St. Patrick's Day parade. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. So, yeah, and it's unfortunate. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. Because who's next? Basketball. We'll see if it affects the basketball parade for whoever wins them. What is that called?
We don't have a basketball team, so
I'm not talking about us specifically. I'm talking about in general.
They win the NBA championship.
The NBA championship.
That shit is not gonna happen at the NBA championship. Not no way, shape, or form.
So you don't think that they will take some extra precaution at their parade?
I think they are, but it's no need to.
But you don't know that. Derek says All-Star Weekend. Yeah, All-Star Weekend is going on right now. I'm talking about what is it called when they have their championship? It's just called the NBA championship.
Yes, the NBA championship.
Well, that's not jazzy. Like we have the World Series for baseball. We have the Super Bowl for football. They just call it the NBA championship.
Yes.
Okay.
You won the ring.
Wow, they have the Stanley Cup. Is that what they call it, or is that?
Yeah, it's the Stanley Cup for hockey.
Yeah, for hockey. Yeah, and then the NBA just got the NBA championship. Whack.
What the fuck you wanted to call it? The dunk.
They could call it something.
The Dunk Awards, like what the fuck?
No, dunk is a specific thing. We need to call it something.
The NBA championship.
We should call it something. Okay, he says they have a parade after the NBA final. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what extra precaution are they going to do for the NBA final parade?
They'll just load it up like they've been doing, like
right. It's the
NBA
finals.
championship parade. They probably are. There's more money put into that, so because they do a lot. But that's where the demographic is from.
The demographic is what?
Or the demographic where they're from, like, for instance, like if the Lakers win the championship and they have a parade, it's gonna be perimeters that they're gonna do like a week ahead of time. First of all, what they do, they clear all the bums out. What they do, right? Make sure they do that shit.
Yeah.
And then they make sure for if they're gonna go 2 miles, they make sure that all those shits are protected for the next week. But that's because they're a major city.
So we just some bumfuck city, like
I don't think we are, but apparently they do because they didn't do that.
They don't think shit happened here and everything happens here. Derek said it's low key just as dangerous because it's out in the open. Yeah, that's my thing though. But I will say this because I have said this to other people. They did extra special precaution when they had the NFL draft here. They had them go through security checks and all that shit. So I was thinking that's probably what they'll do next year for our parade because the Chiefs are going to win next year. And they're going to be in New Orleans. So mark your calendars because we're going to New Orleans. I'm not going nowhere near that fucking Superdome, though. That's a graveyard.
We ain't got to go. We ain't got to go to the Super, but we got to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, we're going to New Orleans.
Yeah, okay, bet. Hey, she said it first. The ish we talk going to New Orleans.
Yeah, so get your money together. We're going to New Orleans. Derek says, nah, it's the mentality of the world right now. People looking for a reason to do dumb-ish. Agreed. But they don't need a reason to do dumb-ish. They do it for any and no reason at all. But how they gonna do the Super Bowl and Mardi Gras though?
It's gonna be one hell of a fucking time.
Yeah, it is. So you really gotta start saving now because them hotel is gonna be off the chain with the prices. But yeah, we gotta put our bid in for them now. I know, right? We really do. Derek says, where there is a crowd, there's caution always. Agreed.
Jasmine gonna love to go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been down here since I was 15. So it's time to go back. So, but like I said, I ain't going there with that damn Superdome.
Last time I went to New Orleans, it was so long ago. It had to be around like 2003, 2004. Mm-hmm. My brother went down there and he hit that, and they went out there because I think they just wanted to run into the hot boys or something. They, you know what I'm saying? So they went all through like the hood.
Yeah.
When I went, I tried to do that 100%. I'll tell anybody in the world I tried to do that, but I also went down there trying to handle business. So I didn't have no time to like fuck around like that. So I didn't really get to enjoy New Orleans. Like a lot of places back then where I was going places, I didn't get to enjoy them. I was always like trying to handle business.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Excuse me. Derek says 2017 for me, Essence Festival was popping on Bourbon Street. Yeah, Essence Festival. Even pre-COVID, I have always said I don't want to go to Essence Fest because that is too many damn people. That is a lot of fucking people. It's like a sea of people.
Is that when they did that like girls trip shit?
Yes.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, if it's like that, it was way too many people.
Yeah. Yeah, but I will say this: that Essence Fest has well, we got more than two genders now, but it brings out everybody. It brings out everybody. So yeah, but yeah, Girls Trip was down here. But yeah, next year is in New Orleans. So yeah, so our condolences go out to the young lady that passed away at the parade. That's unfortunate. And she was with two of her kids too, and they got shot as well. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, and she was a local DJ here. I'm assuming she was on a radio station that I don't listen to because I've never heard of her. But yeah, it's still sad. It's still sad that that just really sucks that you go to a parade to celebrate and you don't go home. That just tells you how much life is precious. So it just really sucks. Derek says Bourbon Street always gonna have a lot of people, low-key. True. I know it's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be a lot of people through Super Bowl. It's gonna be a lot of people with Mardi Gras. I know.
Gotta prepare ourselves for the worst.
Yeah, I got a year to prepare. So, but yeah. So R.I.P. to her, and we praying for everybody to have a speedy recovery because this is some bullshit.
Everybody. Before we get off of that, I want to do this because a lot of people don't know certain things, or they wouldn't privy to certain things. So if this hasn't got on the news yet, I will say this because I have someone that I know that people was one of the victims. She got shot. The young lady got shot in her neck. Her like under her chin. She got shot in her shoulder, and then she got shot somewhere else. And I want to say that Patrick Mahomes and his wife, they actually came and visited her, and made sure that her bills were taken care of.
Wow, that's awesome.
I do want to say I have a real super respect for Patrick Mahomes for doing that because I found out about this on Friday, and and they were the mother didn't want to tell anybody, nor did the little girl, but her brother took pictures and sent it to someone that I know, or one of their peoples took pictures and sent it to somebody I know, and was like, don't say nothing, but this what happened. And I seen those pictures and I was like, that shit's awesome for real. That's hella dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So shout out to them, because they most definitely didn't have to,
No.
Yeah, but like I said, we all are praying for a speedy recovery, and that's best wishes to all. So yeah, might as well get the sad shit out the way. So there was a video that you sent to me. So do you want to go on ahead and discuss what occurred in the video?
Which one I sent you to?
The kid.
Oh yeah, this is okay. So what happened was police come to a house, knock on the door. Woman doesn't know what's going on. And they asked her where her son is, and she's like, yeah, he's been in the bathroom for about an hour on the phone with his dad. I don't know what's going on. So while she's talking to police, the kid comes down there and says, here, hands them a bag. Drugs in the bag. They moved the kid out the house. They talked to the lady. Hey, what is this? She like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, he's been on the phone for an hour with his dad. I don't know what's been going on. Other police cam talking to the kid. And like, you know what that bag was, and he's crying. He's like, yeah, it's drugs. He's like, where did you find it? He found it under a nightstand in his mother's room. They go ahead and check for the drugs. Found out this is like 12 pounds of heroin.
I thought
Or
it was
not heroin, meth. Excuse me,
yeah.
meth. 12 pounds of meth. So of course this lady goes to jail. The police continue to console the boy, let him know what he did was a good thing, because drugs are bad. And kid says some shit about how the drugs is bad. And I don't want to exploit this young man or anything, but what I will say is I am a person that listens to everything.
Listens to what? I'm sorry.
Listens to everything.
Okay.
This mother was adamant on saying he's been talking to his dad on the phone in the bathroom for over an hour. She don't know what's going on. She just know he's in the bathroom talking to his dad. Next thing you know, you found 12 pounds of meth behind this bitch's nightstand. First of all, little nigga, you are not in your mother's room looking behind the fucking nightstand. You know who is, though? Your daddy. Because your daddy's trying to find some shit out about it. I do believe that he is a pawn and a crazy and a fucked up situation between a mom. Because I've been a little boy before. I always tell people, do not forget when you were a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't go stumbling around in my mama's room. I didn't. It just wasn't my thing. I got taught not to do that. Now in this day and age, it's a whole different factor. These kids feel like they don't have no boundaries, but you got boundaries fucking with them. But I do not believe that he would have knew that those were drugs behind the nightstand if daddy didn't tell him it was drugs behind the fucking nightstand. That's what I believe. And I feel it's a tragedy that he's getting, this little boy is getting pegged in because, you know how Black Twitter does, or excuse me, Black X now. Black X is just like, you little snitch motherfucker. Like, how dare you tell on your mama like that? Like, the little boy was distraught. He was crying. He was distraught. He didn't know. Like, and I ain't saying little kids ain't manipulative. I'm just saying that situation just is beyond fucking me. I just don't believe he stumbled across that shit like that and called the police on his mom if he wasn't coached to do that shit. That's just me.
Okay. Derek says that's cold right there. These kids have no respect. I know firsthand. They are a different breed.
They are a different breed. I'll give you that. But what did you do so bad? What you told this nigga you wasn't going to take him to the movies? This nigga said, I'm about to fuck your whole organization up, bitch.
I got a cake baked for you, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? I'm putting cases on all you niggas. Shoot program, nigga. Because my little cousin couldn't come over here and spend the night, nigga. You about to do 20.
I said, I want a Call of Duty now, bitch.
I just don't understand. I'm just like, what the fuck type of kids are we making nowadays?
Oh, God.
Where they feel like they're going to tell on their mama. Like, Just for me, and never on God's green earth would I ever would have thought about telling on my mama.
Okay. I never would have thought about telling on my mama either. I was brought up with the ideology of you keep the shit that's happening in the house.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I would not have told on my mama. Your boy Seven said, "What's good, y'all? Hey, what's going on?" However, we teach our kids, well, not our, because I ain't got none, but kids are taught to, if you see something, say something, you know, call 911 for blah, blah, blah. Kids are taught that, right?
Okay.
I don't think he was wrong. And he was talking to his dad. Where was his dad? Because first off, he was talking to his dad on FaceTime. I don't think he was talking to his dad on FaceTime with earphones in. I'm assuming that he was out. So while she's saying, I don't know what they was talking about, you could have found out what they was talking about. But bitch, you was high as Cooter Brown. So yeah, you probably couldn't comprehend what the fuck they was talking about because you was high as shit. Secondly, why do you have your drugs? I don't give a fuck if you had your drugs in the nightstand or not. Why don't you have your drugs in a safe place that he's not able to acquire them? Like, I don't understand. Why, if you know that you're gonna be on drugs, you need to have your drugs in a lockbox. And then you got that much drugs, like, and then on top of that, you probably act crazy on the shit anyway. So that's probably the reason why the kid was like sick of your shit. Probably called his daddy like, man, she on that shit again. And he was like, well, fuck her, call the police. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, don't be on drugs if you don't want nobody to tell that you're on drugs.
This is where I'm gonna call flag on the play.
Okay.
And the only reason why I'm gonna call flag on the play is because of certain things that I do know. If she was a meth addict, it ain't 12 pounds of no meth that's gonna be in her house.
Because she would have smoked it all.
She would have smoked it all. Secondly, where's the money? So let's
she ain't the dealer.
Again, let's put this all in perspective. If I keep dope in here, and they didn't say anything how they said it was a baggie, so it wasn't distributing kind. So this is why I'm keeping dope at. I'm keeping the dope and the money in the same place if I'm a meth dealer. Because nobody knows that they're supposed to be there. So this is where I feel like you said, if he wasn't on no earbuds, so she should have been aware of listening to the daddy say, hey, look under this and you're gonna find this, and then call the police. Because if I would have heard that, I would have looked under there, found there, and I would have tossed that shit, and he would have been really mad because nothing would have happened to me.
But it's a little kid, so you're gonna do what your parent tells you to do. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have known about tossing the shit or flushing it or anything like that.
No, of course he wouldn't have. But I'm going off your narrative of if he was on FaceTime, so she should have heard what they were saying.
Oh, you talking about the parent? Like the mom should have flushed that shit. Okay, I got you. But or put it in safe keepings or something like that. Like, I probably wouldn't have flushed it if I was the mom, because shit, that's money.
That's and then money. And another thing, this is a meth head. Again, you're trying to say she a meth head or she's dealing with meth.
So you think she a dealer?
I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is the daddy is.
You think I think the daddy out of town. Because me personally, like if I was the dad and my kid called me and be like, mom's on that shit again, blah, 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 I would have went over to the house. I wouldn't even thought, it wouldn't even cross my mind to be like, call the police on your mama. You know what I'm saying? I would have just went over to the house and been like, lucky in poetic justice, I'm taking my son. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have been on that type of shit, you know? But I'm different.
And then I wanna do this. I wanna say that this man was talking to his son for an hour. This man probably was like, "Hey, I hate to tell you this, but your mom's on drugs again, but we got to get her help. If you look under her nightstand, you're gonna find some drugs. If it's under there, I want you to call the. I truly believe that happened just because of how distraught he was when he went to the police.
Yeah,
he was distraught. It wasn't no tears of ha bitch I got you. It's damn, my mama about to go to jail for real.
Right.
But I want to give my mama help. I believe he got coaxed into doing that because I do not believe. Again, like I said, I do not believe that lady was a meth head, because if she was, 12 pounds of meth wouldn't have been there. They would have found 14.5 grams of meth, and that bitch would have been jumping all over the place, and she would have been asshole naked by the time they showed up to the door. She wouldn't have known where her kid was, let alone he on the phone talking to his daddy for an hour.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have known none of that.
Yeah, Derek says should have never been in the room in the first place. I agree.
And he probably wouldn't have never if his daddy didn't tell him to.
Yeah, and if his mama wasn't high. And then he says definitely coached a game between the parents. Yeah. But had the meth not been there, it wouldn't have been nothing to coach. And she obviously needs help. So hopefully they get her help.
Yeah, she don't need 12 pounds worth of meth help though. She don't need that charge.
Yeah.
That was methodical. Come on, man.
That was
12 pounds worth of meth, and they didn't say they found at least $1,000 in that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't have no money on her. None.
I'll work.
Just nothing in the house.
Yeah.
Where your son stays. So this is a safe house. There's no money there.
Right. That bitch need to go to jail for that shit. Like because what if the son didn't call the dad? What if he wasn't tired of your shit? What if he didn't know that that's what you own is this shit that's in this bag? And he would have opened it and it looks like fucking Rice Krispie treats or some shit. And he was like, oh, let me try it.
This is why I further say he was coached into it. Because let's say, all right, he found the bag and then he called his daddy. You don't think he would have opened that motherfucker up first, not knowing what he was doing with that shit?
I don't think he would have found it first. I think he either already knew what it was, or he was and he called his dad and was like, she on that shit again. Or his dad told him, okay, the reason why she acting like this is because of X, Y, and Z. You need to do this. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't think that. So
I think we're giving the daddy too much benefit of the doubt. I think we need to do a drug test on this hoe.
On the dad?
I think we need to do a drug test on that hoe and figure it out. Because you can tell, I know this about drugs, especially with meth. You can tell if a person has used it in 48 hours.
Yeah.
She ain't touched shit. And she don't know that. I don't know what this is. And her fingerprints ain't on this shit. Then we got a case.
Oh yeah, that's a absolute case. Cause if I was the parent, I would have been like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know where the fuck he got that from. He was with his dad. Maybe they went to the park. Maybe they went over their dad's house. I don't know, but I ain't never seen that shit. Don't know what that shit is. I ain't never touched it. I don't know nothing about nothing. That would have been me. But Derek says she was holding it for her dude and they talking too much in front of the kid. That is definitely a possibility.
That could be true.
Yeah. Well, also is a possibility is she can't eat, she can't sleep, but she has the cleanest house on the street.
Why did I know that? I swear, that whole commercial played in my head. You ain't shit. I don't believe I just don't believe that lady was on meth. I think this was a setup.
I don't know, or maybe she had some milk. Shit, I don't know.
I think it was a setup, and that little boy played a pawn into a bad setup, and that's crazy because at the end of the day, we're defending this young boy because he did nothing wrong, but he still has to live with the fact that they're going to peg him as the nigga that sent your mama to jail.
Yeah.
Sada baby.
And, you know, honestly, you know, if it is a fact that he was a pawn in their dirty game, once he grows up, he's gonna grow up to resent his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's all fun and games now, whatever. But in the long run, you fucking up your relationship with your kid. Like that shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool.
Sada baby verse. Snitching ass nigga told his mama to the Fed.
I like Sada baby.
I do too.
Yeah.
But that's all I kept hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, snitching ass nigga gave his mama to the Feds. Like, nigga, what are you doing?
Poor kid, and I mean he was crying uncontrollably. Lord have mercy. That was sad. That was sad. And I've seen videos where kids are dealing with their parents being high as fuck. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I was like, I'm on the side of the kid. Like the kid probably was on some I'm tired of your shit, dog. Like you need to get off this shit, and whatever I gotta do is what the fuck I gotta do. You know what I mean?
And so that's another thing why I really feel like he was just a pawn in this, because he was crying. He didn't want to do that to his mama. He was coached into doing that. Mm-hmm. It could have been, and this is just my opinion. Could have been that kind, like, you know, she's the reason why I can't see you. Like, this is what we're gonna do this, and once she gets prosecuted, I get to see you all the time, son. Like, it was different. Like talking to your daddy in a locked bathroom for an hour means that that your daddy is coaching you through something. Now, I'm not saying that his daddy could have been coaching him through saying that, hey, that's wrong and do what you need to do, son. And I'm 100% back you. But I'm also not saying he wasn't like, this is what it is. You go into the room, you go to the left side of the bed, you're going to find this.
Yeah.
I just think we're not looking at the big picture. If I was a cop, I'd be like, I need to know why he was talking to his daddy for an hour.
Yeah, like get your daddy on the phone.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like what was discussed? What was going on? Yeah. Excuse me, but that's not the cop's job necessarily. That would be something that would come out in court.
Yeah, but as a cop, you got to get to what the crime was. So I want to. Okay, you was talking to your daddy for FaceTime him now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but yeah. Derek says it's a custody battle gone wrong, and that's the problem, putting kids in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I really think it is.
He says, Lindsay, you already know. I see what it is. I don't know who Lindsay is, but I'm Lindsay. And then he says, big facts, Lily. So yeah. But yeah.
I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger than what we think it is, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely. But you know, if she is a big meth head, maybe this is the catalyst to get him to get his child. And sometimes you got to play a dirty game when the courts ain't seeing what you see.
With 12 pounds of meth, 12 pounds of meth, it's just like, wow, I'm looking at that like, what in the Sam hell is going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't strike me as a person. And then, you know, it's just my opinion because I could be totally wrong. But she didn't strike me as the person that had 12 pounds of meth in the back of her nightstand, all willy-nilly. It's 12 pounds of meth.
Well, if it's in the back of her nightstand, she ain't thinking that her child is going to the back. She ain't thinking anybody's going to the back. Who goes to the back? I have 2 nightstands. I don't go to the back of neither one of them. So I get it. Derek says, Lindsay, my bad, off that tequila. It's cool. I'm telling you, she was holding it for somebody and they probably gave her a taste to hold it if she was high.
I don't even think she was holding. I don't even think she knew it was there, period. I just really don't think she knew it was there.
I don't know about it.
Because if you think about it, when do you check behind your nightstand for shit?
Why is a kid checking behind a nightstand?
At my point, exactly.
But that means
you don't even check behind your own nightstand.
But that means that the dad knows where her stash is.
And because he put it there.
You think if they're at odds, what the fuck is he doing in her room in the first place?
Your guess as good as mine. How many times motherfuckers? I don't know. I'm not in a relationship with a motherfucker that I just gotta go see my kid every weekend. So I don't know.
Shit, I ain't got no kid to see every weekend.
I don't know how that shit works.
We're good.
I'm just saying you don't even look behind your own nightstand.
Right.
So you don't know that shit back there.
Right. Ain't no telling what's behind my damn.
Last time you was behind that nightstand, you was plugging something up. And that shit been plugged up, so you ain't going back there to check it.
Right. Right. I can have all kinds of shit back there. Ain't no telling how many people didn't stash some shit back there. I'm just playing. These are jokes.
And ain't a meth head in the world gonna stash 12 pounds of meth behind a nightstand. Because it's not gonna last.
Yeah, right. Right. Because you ain't gonna try to move it. You don't want to move the nightstand every time you gotta get a hit. Because them meth heads stay high. You ain't trying to move that nightstand.
I think legit she didn't know that shit was back there.
I don't know. Derek says, or the dad set it up. Hey, he probably said, "Can I use your bathroom?" and planted it. A bag can't fit no keys or nothing behind my nightstand. Yeah. It's going in the ceiling. Well, thank you for telling us your stash spot. Appreciate it.
Hey. But Derek, you totally 100. That ain't gonna happen. Like the dad totally planted that. It just 1 and 2 don't add up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She need to get herself a really good lawyer and let that shit play out in court.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because 1 and 2 don't add up. I can guarantee you a meth head is not putting any drugs behind their nightstand. And then I guarantee you, if she was holding it for somebody, it wouldn't just be cool behind the nightstand.
Yeah, yeah. Derek says you're gonna be gone before you get there.
Like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. I truly believe she didn't know it was back there.
I mean, it's possible. She probably had it, on her dresser, and he put it behind the nightstand. I don't know. Shit.
Man, she done had shit. Because my thing is this. Your kid gives them dope. They're going to automatically get a warrant to search your house. Exactly, Derek. They're going to get a warrant to search your house. You got 12 pounds of meth in that bitch. Where's the money?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, like Lily said, where's the money? I said that. Yeah, he also says they gonna find some type of money. Yeah, right. Because if that's a stash house, then that's a legit stash house. You not stashing just dope there.
That's how you know that shit was a setup.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know it was a setup. Like I could just only go on what I know. That shit was a setup.
Or her new boyfriend is trash as fuck. And they just was like, somebody gotta go. 1, 2, 3, that's enough.
Yeah, it could be both. Either way it go, the dad was involved in the setup.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. It's possible, but I mean it just sucks that you have to go that far, but it does suck. Derek says, "Boom, we solved the case." Yeah.
Call up Unsolved Mysteries, man.
Okay. Get me on the payroll.
Like
Because
that shit
we
just
definitely
don't.
deserved our cut.
From
Next
my knowledge,
case.
from my knowledge, that shit don't make no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. It doesn't. So yeah, so that's that. So speaking of another court case, before we go there, Derek says, "Hey, it's a dirty game with this custody shit." I can only imagine. So, yeah. So speaking of cases, if we travel down to Fulton County, Georgia, we have Miss Fani Willis, who was on the stand in regards to her affair with her now co-worker, who's been working on the Trump case, and he's one of the lead prosecutors on the Trump case. And I believe we talked about this before on here. How he's going through a divorce and the case was sealed. Now the case is no longer sealed thanks to his potential, or thanks to his estranged wife. And now they're all this type of things are popping up because of their extramarital affair. One thing that he did testify on was that he was getting reimbursed for trips without receipts. And the trips Fani was on, and she also testified as well. Yeah. This whole situation, of course, is a big ass deflection, because what they want to do is they want to get her removed from the case, from the Trump case. And if they get her removed from the Trump case, it will delay the Trump case. If they delay the Trump case, they want to delay it long enough to where he may be reelected. And if he's reelected, then they feel like he cannot be prosecuted.
But nothing in the law book says that you can't be a president in jail.
Nothing in the law book says that. You are absolutely correct. Not only that, there's another lawsuit that he just lost in New York where he has to pay hundreds of millions of dollars, and he cannot do business for the next 3 years. So yeah, this shit is coming in left and right for him. But this is a criminal case that did have some weight to it. And now our focus has been deflected onto this bullshit. It just really sucks because, when you're going up against a Republican, unfortunately, you gotta be squeaky clean. You can't be human. You can't be perfect. So it just really sucks. But yeah, she was on stand, and she told them, like, "Hey, I am not on trial. Trump is on trial. Those other people are on trial. So you don't need to be talking to me like I'm on trial." Although she is correct, it just really sucks that we are held to a different standard than some people on the other side. Just really sucks. So yeah, that is what has happened over the last couple of days. She trended #1, and yeah, like the Republicans was on her head left and right about that. Derek says, when you Black in America, you always on trial. That is true to a certain extent. Lily, what are your thoughts?
Okay, first thing I want to say is shout out to this dope ass lady for not only being unapologetically her, but knowing her shit. She has been beating these people up with the trying to throw at her. I've watched this lady methodically make them look stupid. Not only has she made these people look stupid, she knew she caught these motherfuckers in not one but two lies, and she winked at these niggas. She knows it ain't really too much they can do with her when it comes to this. Now, however this turns out, win, lose, or draw with the guy. I like she said, I don't understand why you're trying to make this my trial, because it's not my trial. But either way they slice it, I don't think they're ready for this lady. I think this lady is really super dope as far as her genius when it comes to law, and also how she crosses her T's and dots her I's. She knew what could happen, and she's playing it accordingly. But that's just my opinion. I think that we shouldn't even be worried about her in a divorce proceeding, and we should really be worried about how this is going to be handled with, like I said, we could potentially have a president of the United States of America who was in prison and still being a president.
Yeah. And how embarrassing is that?
Yeah.
Your boy Sammy says, it's not the best look, but she stood her ground. Respect for that. I get it.
I mean, yeah, it ain't the best look, but I'm living my life. My outside life has nothing to do with my prowess in the courtroom.
Yeah. Agreed.
We all seen the movie Devil's Advocate. We knew what certain lawyers was doing. That didn't mean they wasn't good at winning cases. They all signed they sold to the devil. But I'm just saying the same thing.
They all sold they sold.
They all sold they sold, but they all was great fucking lawyers.
I mean, can you be a great lawyer and be squeaky clean at the same time?
No. I mean, anytime dealing with the judicial system, as far as the low level or the high level, you have to understand that you're going to get your hands dirty. That's why they always say the best cop is an ex-cop, because they don't go on the boundaries under the blue blood law anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they just go with what justice is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're never gonna just go under anything you do. You're not gonna go unscathed.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. It just, I just hate that the deflection. I just really hate the deflection that is occurring, because we need to keep focused on what's at hand. This man tried to steal a fucking election, a presidential election in America. Why are we losing focus on that? You know what I mean?
Because the underbelly of America is fat aristocrat white folks
Fat.
Who, do not want their position changed.
Emphasis on fat.
So this is what you're dealing with. You're not, I'm not a part of the woke community, but I do understand how this works. And how this works is the powers that be are never going to stop being the powers that be until we unify. But they keep that at bay because they always keep us ununified. They manage to keep us separated.
Yeah.
As soon as we started the desegregation laws, in my opinion, is when they start really separating us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so Derek, in regards to my question about being squeaky clean and being a lawyer, he says, no, you cannot. I've been watching Power again. It's impossible. Yeah.
It's no such thing as anybody squeaky in the judicial system. It's just no such thing. Even if you did the right thing, in the judicial system, you know what you had to do? You had to break codes first. Mm-hmm. So nobody can be nobody can be dirty at that point.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, like in regards to Power, it's like those folks, even when they had the best intentions, they had to get to it in a dirty way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
exactly. And then and everybody didn't start off with the best intentions.
Yeah.
Police didn't start off in the best intentions.
Yeah.
Police started off because they was wrangling in niggas.
Like literally. Yeah.
Like that's how the police started. They was wrangling in niggas. Mm-hmm. Slaves or not, they were really snatching niggas up and bringing them to the South.
Right.
Because they was like, okay, that's what they were supposed to do. Y'all can look that up. I'm not bullshit.
Yeah, i.e. 12 years a slave. Yeah.
Like, that's what police did. Because they were sanctioned to get slaves. So in their mind, they were sanctioned to get niggas. They didn't give a fuck what nigga it was. They was just bringing them back.
Right. Right. So yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see the outcome of what this situation is going to unfold, but it just sucks. It just sucks because again, the focus is not on this Cheeto trying to steal the election.
It ain't, but shout out to Willis for really letting them know, like, nigga, this is it. Y'all are trying to make this a trial for me. This is not a trial for me.
Right.
Real, this is a trial for Trump, and y'all are trying to bait y'all cards up. I get it.
Yeah,
like, I understand because she in law, she understood the game. That's why I love how she winked at that lawyer. I said, "Ooh, that's big bitch energy right there."
Yeah.
Like, to call you out on your shit, and then they like, "Oh no, let's call the recess." And then she looked at you and wink like, "Yeah, bitch, I got you."
Right. Don't call a recess now, bitch.
Nah, let's keep it going, bitch.
Right,
I verbally got receipts.
I literally have time today. Like, let's go. So, yeah.
I got it. That bitch told her, "Let's be clear," so many times. She started stumbling and apologizing to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. What I mean is, I said, "Oh, she got
but I bet you are sorry. You sorry, motherfucker." Like, I know that's what she was saying in her head. Like, you know, so I don't know, man, but we'll see what happens.
I loved it. I was like, damn, I love to see that type shit.
Right. But yeah, we'll definitely keep our eye out and see what occurs with this. Let's see. So let's get to some bullshit. Joe. Okay, so this comedian, and I use that term loosely.
Nah, I won't say that. He is actually funny. This is just not a funny time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, take my word. He's a roast king.
All right. So,
well, nah, scratch that. I'm not gonna give him a roast king, but he's good at roasting. Let's say that. But I will scratch that from there. Sorry.
All right. So, comedian David Lucas made a joke about George Floyd. Basically said that if it was him, he would shoot him. He would have shot him instead of what actually occurred. And the 5 people that were Black in his audience took offense to it, let him know on site.
You're not gonna label the Black people that was there. You're not gonna do that. You're You're not
They
gonna
said that he plays to a majority white crowd.
Yeah, but you're not gonna put a number on the niggas that was there. Don't do that.
I saw like 5 people walk out. All right. Maybe there was more people that were behind the camera that walked out. I don't know.
It was more black people in the audience.
But they do say that he plays to a majority white crowd. So I'm sure that when he thought that this was a good idea to write this joke and say this joke out loud, he was thinking of his white audience, because he sure wasn't thinking about us. So he was told in real time by some of the black people, because we don't know how many black people are in the audience. Some of the black people in the audience.
So many. Hey, it was so many niggas there.
You're right. It was so many of us there, But he was told, hey, that's not funny. That's not cool. I'm out. And people did walk out of his set. So this was also recorded and put online, went viral, people upset. He ended up talking to several people that were relatively close to the situation, or to George Floyd in itself. And then he issued an apology.
That's Jasmine.
Hey. Okay, we got you next. certain things, okay, you can, laugh and joke about, like, because some things aren't off limits, and I'm not saying that George Floyd is off limits. What I'm saying is certain things about him we should not joke about. Now you can joke about his porn career all day. You can joke about his dialect, but to joke about the way this man lost his life, I don't think that's cool. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is this. When you sent me that, because at first I didn't know anything about it. When you sent me the itinerary, and I looked and I seen George Floyd joke with a question mark, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I looked it up, and I
was waiting for you to reply. What the fuck is this?
I'm glad I waited to hear. Till we're here on the show, so I can, because I was totally baffled, and then I looked it up. First thing I seen was the Willie D episode where he had him on because he wanted to discuss that. And then after that, I actually seen the footage of what he said. And my thing is, and I really want people to understand, this is full-heartedly just my opinion, but when you see a brainwashed nigga call him a coon, get him mad and make him show his coon ass self. This is a guy who, for some reason, he feels like he was jaded by his own community. So he feels like he can punch down instead of punching up. And when you see that, because the way he was trying to defend himself, it more or less irritated me because of the lack of knowledge that he has. Now, he has a lot of knowledge on things, just like Candace Owens has a lot of knowledge on things. Mm-hmm. But they have it from only listening to a certain hue and not listening to your own. So one thing I want to say is rest in peace to George Floyd. What happened to you was a tragedy. I don't care about whatever you went through. And I do believe that comedians need to know, especially black comedians, they really need to know when it's a time to punch down. I will piggyback off what you said. If you want to talk about his time in porn, because I didn't know about him being in porn until the year before last. And I think we had talked about it. And I was like, damn, that nigga was in a porn movie. And I'm like, oh, shit, that was him? But like that, if that's what you want to do, you want to do that. You never want to say, instead of standing on a man's neck, you would have shot him. Because I want to make this very clear with Mr. Lucas, or what's his name?
Yeah. What is it, David Lucas?
David Lucas.
I could totally be lying about that. No, I was right. David Lucas.
David Lucas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make this totally clear to Mr. Lucas. I want you to understand that no, comedians should not apologize. At the same time, should understand when certain things are not funny. And then you should understand when certain things, because you said it wasn't an event, it was talking about a person. The thing that happened to George Floyd was an event. That was a full event that happened. And it changed the world and it shook the world. And so when you have events like that, you don't talk about things that are still bothering people.
Yeah.
No, people make 9/11 jokes, but you know what they never do? Mention the firefighters. Because they know that's a trigger.
Right. They don't mention people specifically either.
Yeah. You know, you can't, because he was trying to defend himself about, he was talking about a person, not an event, because of, you know, how he can make a Jewish joke, but he doesn't make a Holocaust joke. You can joke about the Holocaust, but you can't mention someone.
And the thing is that when you talk about a Jewish person, you're talking about the person. You're not talking about them being Jewish.
It's like, let's,
you know what I'm saying? So let's not do that. And then with the whole 9/11 shit, people didn't really start talking shit about 9/11 until All Lives Matter, which was a good 15 years after 9/11.
Yeah.
So
well, I will do this, and I will say this, because I won't be distasteful on this. Comedians that were victims of 9/11 had jokes about 9/11. Pete Davidson whole career is from 9/11 because his daddy died there, but he can have those jokes.
Right, he
can find the funny out of that. Right. But I can't make a 9/11 joke because I was in the middle of the fucking Midwest when that shit happened. So I can't talk about those people that died.
100. Like if I was autistic, I can have a whole notebook full of autistic jokes, but you better not say one motherfucking thing about being autistic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things. Like I can talk shit about my sibling, but you better not.
But you
can fight my sibling, but you better not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things. Derek says comedians got it bad too. Got it bad 2024 LOL. Yeah,
they do. And like they beefing like rappers, and it's crazy.
But they've been beefing. Like they've been beefing.
But now they're getting too personal.
It's their year to shine. I'm here for it.
One thing I will say, hold on, I'm sorry to cut you off, but one thing I will say is when you mention that, because one of his defenses was he's on the spectrum and he has no filter. I felt real disrespected when he said that, not because I'm not on the spectrum, but I happen to know, love, and work with people that's on the spectrum. And I do understand that they still know right and wrong. Sir, that wasn't right nor wrong. That was totally disgraceful of what you did. We're never going to talk about someone dying as a joke. Like, I don't get it. Like the whole thing when people be like, it's too soon. No, it's never. It's never a time to talk about George Floyd. Not in a joking.
Not in that way. Yeah, not in that way.
Not in a joking.
Tully says, hey Ish Talkers, hey Lindsay and Lee. Hey, what's going on?
What up?
But yeah, no, not in that way. That's just not cool at all.
Again, it's not punching up. So my thing is, comedians been talking about people and the things that befall them all the time. And some should be funny. I will talk about like when comedians talk about Michael J. Fox because he has Parkinson's. It's a tragedy that Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's.
100.
A tragedy. It's crazy how we watch that man deteriorate like that.
Right.
But when they say jokes about him, it's because he's still there. They're not punching down because he's still here.
Right. There are jokes that he could laugh at.
Yeah, he could laugh at. They don't get disrespectful for people with Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
They just make a joke about him shaking.
Right.
And you've never heard people with Parkinson's disease coming after these comics because they're not punching down.
Right. Right.
Same way with I don't know the black comedian's name, but I remember when they had Muhammad Ali at the Olympics, and he was like, I loved it. I watched that black man go up there and I watched him grab that flame. And the first thing I thought in my head was, somebody take that goddamn fire away from him before he burn everything the fuck down. Like, right, and I thought that was fucking hilarious.
I remember that too, and I don't remember the comedian either.
Yeah,
but yeah, that
shit was hilarious.
That was hilarious because that was some real life. Like, why the fuck? Anyway, we're not gonna go there.
Right. Why? Listen. If I'm taking a joint from you and I do this,
no,
you probably ain't gonna hand me that motherfucker.
No, I'm gonna get you an edible. We're gonna do it that way.
That motherfucker going straight to the floor, and I'm fucking your blunt up.
Right. I'm gonna keep my blunt, and I'm gonna get you an edible. That's how we're gonna do it.
So I got it. It was totally relatable.
Right.
But he still, at that time, he still was punching up because Muhammad Ali was still here to enjoy the joke.
Right.
Now that Muhammad Ali is dead, how many people made those type of jokes?
True. I haven't heard a Muhammad Ali joke since.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. You got to know. You got to know when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that he stood on free speech. Because I get free speech, but I also give respect.
Yeah. And nobody's saying that you would be wrong to talk ill on the deceased. Nobody's saying that either. But it's just like certain things you just don't touch. Like George Floyd and the way that he passed on. There's nothing funny about that. Like, I don't see the irony in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the silver lining in that. I don't see nothing of the sort because it should not have occurred.
Right. And I mean, talk about making things worse.
Yeah.
Put it in that perspective of, okay, what if he did have your mentality?
Excuse me.
And instead of standing on his neck, he was shot him in the face. That's not funny.
No.
Wherever you set that up, that's not funny.
No.
Nobody makes Emmett Till jokes.
Right.
That's not funny.
Right.
And that's a person like, and his argument true. Of talking about a person,
right,
and not an event, that was a person, and nobody still talks about him because that person started an event.
Yeah. And nothing about what happened is funny. Nothing about that is funny. So yeah. And then like and then in his apology, me personally, I don't feel like it was sincere. I feel like it was just something that he had to do. He talked to all these people, cool, fine, whatever. But I just didn't see the sincerity in his words. I didn't. Sylvie, I didn't. What about
I didn't
you?
even see an apology.
Yeah, he gave an apology. He said he spoke to George Floyd's family. He spoke to what's his name? Stephen Williams, the basketball player that used to know him.
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Okay. Yeah. He spoke to George Floyd's family. He spoke to Steven Jackson. He spoke to some other people. And he sees the error in his ways and he apologized. But yeah. I mean, I just felt like he was just saying that to save face.
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, I don't know. I seen the Willie D interview first when he was defending himself for that joke.
Mm-hmm.
And then I seen the joke itself. So I don't know what transpired after that.
Yeah, see, I saw
going on your, yeah. I'm going off what you said at the beginning. In the beginning, you were trying to defend yourself.
Right.
And the way you were defending yourself was basically shooting white folks, shooting black folks down. You even said in that interview, black people always gave you a hard time. You know, you said that, you know, that your audience is a white audience. And then you said you were a troll. So you said you're doing everything to piss people off.
Troll is about something else. We have a list of things that you can troll us on. Troll us about that. Don't troll us about this. This is not cool at all.
Yeah, it just his excuses didn't add up to me.
Yeah.
And, like I don't believe in cancel culture. But I do believe that you know, you should be accountable for what the fuck you say. Because like Willie D said, when you know better, you do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would have had to subscribe to him to cancel him. So I don't know him. Now I do. And I'm cool on him. So yeah.
It is what it is. You stay where you're at.
Yeah.
And hopefully you build your comedy future exactly where you are.
Right.
I just won't never I won't never be somebody that actually tries to check for you just because I know what your inner linings is. It's like once you get enough money, all of a sudden niggas are irrelevant to you. And that fucks me up because as a black person or a person of color, I feel like, and I've said this before on this podcast, so yeah, at this point everybody should know it's true. People of color should always watch out for people of color.
Yeah. And that's an example of why we should. Yeah. So, yeah. Good luck. But yeah, so all right, Rachel Dolezol.
Hey. This is the creme de la creme, y'all.
Right, so we're in the fuck shit era or segment of the evening. So Rachel Dolezal changed her name. I forgot what her new name is, but who cares? Rachel Dolezal, right? She has an OnlyFans, which I knew about the OnlyFans a while ago. She's been having it, and but what I did not know, yeah, I did know that. But what I did not know was that she got another teaching job, because I was one of the very few people that watched her documentary on Netflix. So I learned from the documentary. Well, I learned a lot, but I learned that she was having a hard time getting back into teaching. So for her to have had a teaching job, that was cool. But she still continued her OnlyFans. And the job just now found out about her OnlyFans and, you know, relieved her of her teaching duties. So What are your thoughts about teach? Because this ain't the first time that a teacher has had a
OnlyFans.
a
This is very
OnlyFans,
true.
and we have heard on more than one occasion that a teacher being relieved from their teaching duties because of OnlyFans. Now we all know it's like common knowledge that teachers don't make that much. So they try to supplement their income on OnlyFans. So my question to you is, do you feel like teachers having an OnlyFans is like absolutely a no-no?
What I will say is no. To raise our children, they give you the very bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what you're doing. You're raising our children on top of having to live your life.
Mm-hmm.
And in this world, sex sells. Sorry to say that, y'all. It's the truth. Sex sells. So if you are a mid-attractive person who can gain revenue on OnlyFans, I'm not mad at you for getting it. The thing that we have to realize, though, is becoming an educator means that you have to sacrifice a lot.
This is true.
And becoming an educator means that sometimes you have to sacrifice your way of living. So your comfortability level has to be ready to be an educator, because being an educator is just a fancy word for being a caregiver plus, because you still have to make sure that these kids or even these adults get this education and get it in a way where they are absolutely susceptible to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, you know, I can get people having a problem with teachers having OnlyFans, because it's certain things you have to do to be a teacher, or it's certain untold rules that we want teachers to uphold, basically.
Yeah. Could you imagine one of your teachers having an OnlyFans?
I wish one of my teachers had OnlyFans. I would have paid for that shit. I had a teacher named my cousin that was fine as a motherfucker, and if she had an OnlyFans, I would have paid for that shit when I was. Oh shit! I'm talking about. I didn't have these new school boys. They got it lucky, because most of y'all teachers was fine. I didn't grow up with that luxury. I did not grow up with that luxury at all. I had two fine teachers, and both of them were substitutes.
I barely had any men teachers, and I had 0 black men teachers. So, yeah.
We had teachers that looked like they was on the spectrum. I even had a teacher that went through fucking Vietnam, so he literally didn't have a leg. Like,
I had a teacher that went through Vietnam, and he had all his limbs, but he would have episodes. So he was suffering. Now that I know now, he was suffering from PTSD before PTSD was a term. So yeah, it was weird. It was weird, but like anything would set him off.
Same thing.
So,
listen, because kids are cruel. They used to like turn off the lights and like slam the door to like set this nigga off. Like, this is because kids are cruel. Like, this is the shit I went through in school. We didn't have no fine ass fucking teachers. Like, no. Now, maybe it was just because I'm a product of Kansas City School District, because I do know in other school districts, I knew girls that was fucking teachers, and I knew dudes that was fucking teachers. So it was a mix.
It was rumors at my school. I didn't go to a Kansas City school, but it was rumors at my school about the girls fucking this one particular teacher who was black. He just wasn't my teacher, but I think he was the only black teacher until I was like a senior. And then we had a black guy substitute teacher who ended up being a substitute for the rest of the year, but he wasn't my teacher. So again, I didn't have any male black teachers.
Yeah, it was.
And that one, the one that was the substitute, he was fine. I ain't even gonna hold you. He was fine. And then this is the ironic part about that. One time I was in Dillard's with my mom, and she ran into a teacher that she had in high school. And, you know, the teacher being a teacher was like, what school do you go to? And we told her, and she was like, my son is a teacher there. Ended up being the substitute that everybody thought was fine. So I was like, oh yeah, I know your son.
Mm-hmm.
I know him. Right. He could have got it from any and everybody he wanted to, but he was very professional from what I understand. Because again, he wasn't my teacher. So yeah. Derek says, here's the fact of this matter. Anybody complaining about an OnlyFans, what are you doing on there? And again, parents need to monitor their kids. You can't blame adults for doing adult things. Agreed. Because I always wonder, like, how do you know that these people have OnlyFans and stuff like that? So, especially because she changed her name. So I don't know if she was going by Rachel on OnlyFans or she was going by Rachel in real life and she used the fake name on OnlyFans or what. Like, I don't know the particulars. So, but I do know that she changed her name to something weird, and they found out and they terminated her. But I feel like if you're on OnlyFans, being a teacher at this point is a passion job. So it's not like you needed to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? Because you're paying your bills with OnlyFans. So you fire me, okay. Y'all in a teacher shortage anyway. I'll go get a teacher or get another teacher job, you know, to supplement my income or to, you know, have health insurance or just because this is what I love to do. But I don't need this job. So y'all need me before I need
I'm not gonna do nothing but end up making it.
You said what?
I'm not gonna do nothing but end up making it my niche. Now I'm the
right.
Strong.
But she has like a master's degree in teaching because remember when she was found out, she was like a professor at a college.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is her passion. So I get why she would want to go back to that because like when she was doing a documentary, it got to the point where all she was doing was braiding hair. You know, because when nobody hired her. So I get why this is her passion and she wants to go back to it and whatnot, but
all I'm saying is it's a bunch of weird niggas in law school right now that'll pay for her OnlyFans if she gives them the fundamentals of law.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure it was some perverted ass parent that saw her on OnlyFans and probably said something to the school. Yeah. You know, Derek says, and to be 100, some OnlyFans don't only show nudity, it can be some kinky shit. Yeah. Right. They do some kinky shit. But then on top of that, like we get the stigma behind OnlyFans, but in the same breath, everything ain't sexual on OnlyFans. You can be a personal trainer and do classes on OnlyFans and people subscribe to you. So, you know,
everything ain't sexual on OnlyFans. Case in point, you got the dude from Pornhub that he got an OnlyFans because he had so many Pornhub views when he was just like he would take titles of certain scenes, but then he would make them realistic. Like it was like Pizza Boy pulls up to a house, like, and so he plays these things out, but he plays them on a respectable level.
How?
he doesn't do anything sexual.
Okay, so you have the scene before the sex on OnlyFans, and then you have the sex on Pornhub?
No, so this is what he did. Like all the scenes that you like, all the weird ass titles of shit you see, like mailman comes through to do this, or waiter does this, or took a girl home. All these type of shits, like he takes these weird ass fucking titles, and then he turns it gentleman like. He doesn't do any, like that's what got him popular on Pornhub, and people was watching him because it was like sister gets stuck in the washer and dryer, and like he shows how to take them out without doing
without
anything.
having sex.
Yeah. Like this what gave this man his niche. It's a white dude. I swear to God, I ain't bullshitting about this. And like he got and like he started on OnlyFans. We still do this. Like first night, like first date with such and such, and like he really shows him a good time.
And then he just kisses on the forehead and go on about his business.
Yeah, he don't do shit.
That's the type of porn I like. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a regular old white dude that does this shit. Like. And he thinks nothing of it. Like he just takes all these titles and makes it like a PG basically.
So how does he do the stepdaughter gets fucked in the kitchen while the mom is cooking? How does he do that?
Like, no, he ain't gonna go that far. Like that title, we ain't gonna touch.
He ain't gonna do that one.
He ain't gonna do that one. But he gonna do that. First night with a first date with a celebrity model. You know, he'll do that, and then he'll show you a good date. And he'll be like, plumber comes to fix pipes, and he'll have the lady like enticing him, and he actually fixing pipes. Like he blew up on Pornhub because it was funny. Like this is he actually had a niche, and he blew up on that shit.
I know that's right. Nowadays, you gotta find a niche, and it has to be very specific. I know that's right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I don't know that. I forget that man's name, but shout out to him because I remember they was talking about him on Twitter, and I actually looked on it, and he is really that. He is really like showing these people like. Yeah. What can be non-sexual? Like all of this can be non-sexual.
Right. Because all these instances in real life, 9 times out of 10 are non-sexual. So yeah. But yeah, that's funny. All right. So by special request, Drake.
Shout out to Jasmine for pointing this out to me.
Is she close?
Yeah.
She has an opinion or two about this.
Can you come here? I'm sorry, can you? I don't want to tell you to come here. Oh, you asleep? I'm sorry. They went to a party, so they're a little drank. Now, Lindsay wanted to talk about the Drake situation. Did you want to talk about it? Jazz. Oh. Here she come.
Okay. So, for people that don't know, Drake, leaked his own little porn video of himself holding himself in his bed and recording it. He was not at full attention, but he was working with a monster. He was definitely working with a monster.
You know what? Okay. I mean, again, because you think I'm playing, but I just be like, dude, these just be regular dicks out here. Like, I don't know. I can only.
It looked like it's two hands. What you think, Jasmine? What you think?
that I was teasing Troy that he's a marketing genius because like it was just a week ago everyone was clowning him about a BBL.
Yep.
And then then all these women are just like, ooh, Drake's big old thing. I'm like, what? How did he do that so quickly?
Right, and he'll be here in a couple of weeks too.
I had no clue, but no, I wasn't impressed because, boy, I was looking for that mug.
I thought it was a nice size. I definitely thought it was a nice size. And on top of that, he was not at full attention. So can you imagine when he was at full attention?
Show that part.
Yeah.
Show that part. Part 2.
Yeah.
Do you think
that's what I always had in my head. Like because he was not at full attention, like he can rearrange some organs. Yeah.
Do you think he leaked it?
Huh?
Do you think he leaked it?
I heard that he did.
Oh.
I heard he did. Yeah. Now, did or not, you are a A-list celebrity. You're like the top in your genre. You should not be taking those type of videos. I don't care how much you trust the individual. You should not be taking those type. Those type of videos. You know. Derek says no. He says, "I feel you, Lily."
And this is the thing of being totally transparent here, because I'm not a person that like looks at, you know what I'm saying, like tries to contrast and compare people's genitals.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, what is the uproar? Like it just looks regular to me. Like,
well, shit, Lily.
I was like, what are we doing? Like, that's what it is. Like shit, I need to get an OnlyFans. It's like, what the fuck are we doing right now?
That's because you're not sitting around comparing and contrasting. Not to say that I have a lot to compare to, but he's doing a lot with what he got.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. How
I was surprised because the way he don't act like he got all that.
Oh, that's why I was surprised. He don't act like he has all that.
He does not give off big dick energy at all, not in the least.
Because he shares emotions.
No.
No, I didn't say
no.
But he don't walk in a room. He don't walk into a room like I'm king of shit. What's up? Like he don't do that.
You see the way he be cheesing with them basketball players and Kiki up and like he's just like, you know, that's what I'm saying.
He act like he's still Jimmy from Degrassi sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does not give off big dick energy at all. Derek says, time to exit stage left.
I just the thing about it that I was thrown out because I just didn't understand the hype. Again, like me and Jasmine had talked before. I think really porn warped me because I'm just like, nigga, like I just don't understand like what, you know what I'm saying, what's a big fucks about, because this nigga ain't got one of those wrap around your fucking chest and forearm. Like I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we talking about? This is a regular dick.
I don't. But we have to keep in perspective that this video was him soft. You know what I'm saying?
Again, what do we? Putting in perspective and looking at it like that is like still the same. I'm still in the same mode of what do women think big dicks are? Like, hate to know what I'm saying, not being I guess just in the head of me as a man. I'm just like I just don't understand what y'all deem is big or not, because this shit is just regular every day. Like this is.
I think we wouldn't consider that big because, like you said, he wouldn't even have full attention. Like that, we would consider that.
It didn't look. It didn't. It did look like normal shit to me.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so Kieta is watching. Hey, Kieta. She said, so BDE is all exuded in how they are. I need to see this ping. It's online. And then Derek says, stop, Lily, LOL.
Yeah. I just don't understand it. It's just like, I'm just like, what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I want to be totally 100. Like, with this, like, because I don't understand, like, dude, because, like, you know, I done told you before, I have the smut I have on my phone is ridiculous. So, like, you know, I just don't understand, like, what are we doing at this point? Because it's certain dicks, I'm like, nigga, like, what the fuck is that? Like, what are we doing? And then it's like, okay, certain shit is just regular. It's like shit you see every day. Like, so it's like, what are we even tripping off of?
When I do see certain things of the adult nature, I be looking at the wrong shit. Like, I be looking at, like, damn, the lighting is totally off. Like, why are they using this type of sheets? Why are they not in a king size bed? Like, I don't understand. Like, I look at shit. I don't look at shit that I'm supposed to look at when I see porn. Like, I don't. But in this particular video, I feel like it was a good video. And we have to keep in mind that he was soft.
No, okay, so let me as a man, let me just clarify what people were thinking, because I hate to do this, but I'm gonna just be 100% honest. You know, when the video came on Black Twitter, I was like, what the fuck is this? And like, I was like, this is Drake. What the fuck is what are we doing right here? But all right, I digress from that. What I do understand is
Derek says, Lily, Jasmine is there for a reason. This ain't us. Give them their moment.
No, I'm gonna give them their moment. Listen.
That's why I keep laughing. Derek is stupid.
I'm still not, because I just really want dudes to understand, because it's a dude right now that's gonna look at himself and be like, yeah, man, I'm about the size of Drake. So what? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why bitches don't say my dick is big?
Because
this is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
What Drake did was he put himself in chub mode. Women know what that is. All right. So you have you got like 3, maybe 4 different versions of what your shit is.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm listening, but I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, so I can guarantee you, just from what I saw, like he put himself in like round 2. Like he put himself in 2 mode. This ain't his final form. And like everybody's like, oh my God, this is whoopty 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 whoop. And I'm like, nigga, that's regular. Like, so I know that's the thing I don't understand. So I'm, for the audience, I'm just like, you know, I might need besides Derek, a woman to know what I'm saying, to understand what I'm talking about. If you've been around your man, like I got people here, so I ain't gonna put Jasmine out there like that. But I'm like, no, this just that shit, it just looks regular to me.
I can think that else looks regular.
Like it just looked regular to me. So it's just me. I don't know about everybody else.
What do you think he leaked it again? I keep saying, I think he's a marketing genius.
I do think he linked it. But you know, he just charged the same time with like when dudes send dick pics. Most dudes, well, I ain't gonna say most dudes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have to take that lie back. Some dudes, if they have to send a dick pic, what they do is they send them their second form. They don't send them their first form. They send them the second form. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a little girth and it has a little length to it. And then they let them know, like, I got 2 more forms before I hit the final form of this. Like, so that's what I was looking at. Like, oh, okay, it's just what it is. But maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I can admit to me being wrong on that shit because certain people ain't don't have certain things that people have. But for me, I was just like, why are we tripping off of this shit so much? What's the point? This is like regular nigga shit. Because he's a big celebrity. Okay, I'll give you that. He's a big celebrity.
Yeah, it's definitely because he's a big celebrity. Okay, so Derek says, I get it, bro. That's why this ain't bro. LOL. Kia says, send me the video. I will tell you everything, but the video is coming up for me. Yeah, I think they may have scrubbed the internet with the video because I did try to look it up again for research purposes, of course.
Yeah,
but,
for research.
But yeah,
I don't know. I'm
gonna try to look again and I'll send it to you, Kia.
Listen, I'm gonna just be arrogant. I'm gonna just toot my own horn. Like it's like, all right, listen. If you are a part of your dick goes past your belly button crew, you don't. That shit doesn't. That ain't nothing that you haven't seen before. Like,
so y'all be checking to see if it go past your belly button.
You supposed to. You supposed to.
Is that like a rites of passage type thing?
Just because the way I grew up, like that was some shit that like I know my uncles told me growing up. Like, yeah, you can go back. I'm sorry. Like so, I got my Uncle Don Lee. My Uncle Don Lee. Excuse me, I take that lie back because it wasn't my Uncle Don Lee. It's my Uncle Donald. One time he had told me, I'll never forget. I was at my sister's house on 27th Street, and he was like, "You can't call yourself a big dick nigga if your dick don't touch, if it don't reach past your belly button."
Does it matter how big your stomach is, though?
I got a big stomach, so I'm saying if I had a skinny stomach, this shit would be massive. So I don't know. I got a belly though.
You know, because a skinny nigga can be like, shit, that mug go up to my nipple, and it's not the same as a Rick Ross looking motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I you know what? That would have to be something that a woman says. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, y'all measuring sticks, or
I don't know, but I knew once my dick went past my belly button, I was working with something.
I'm just saying, it just needs. Y'all just need to like look at y'all phone or look at the remote and then go from there. Because like the belly button, if you got a big stomach, then I mean. So Derek says that curve is what I heard. Hey, that rhymed. I don't know.
I've heard the curve thing before. I don't know about that. I'm not a part of that generation.
So and I'm a virgin, so I don't know.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm untouched, so I don't know.
I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
I'm just like, okay, for me, I guess because for me, I'm always like, okay, I just can only go off of what I have and what I know, and I'm like, okay, if that's what y'all impressed about, shit, okay, kudos. Let it go. Then you know what I'm saying? High five to me.
I can high five with myself.
Just didn't understand that. I just was like, okay, it is what it is.
Oh man, this is the convo I didn't know that we needed to have.
Right.
Right. So
It is what it is.
shout out to Jasmine.
It
Derek says next topic. Oh man. But yeah. And shout out to Drake.
Shout out to Drake. Shit, fuck it. Shout out to Drake.
Right. He is redefining big dick energy. I tell you that. So yeah, so I don't have any final thoughts outside of go Usher. But yeah. Yeah.
Usher.
Usher was awesome. Like you gotta give it up to Usher. He's pretty awesome. And he's consistently been Usher or consistently been awesome since Jermaine Dupri. Because we not gonna front. When he was with Diddy, it was a little touch and go. So he said, Derek says, no. All right, so
Hey, at one point, Derek, man, hey, listen, you can't be ashamed to say certain shit.
It just is what it is, right?
It just is what it is. Like I'm not gonna be that kind. I ain't, I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell it what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of said this last week, but I'll say it again this week. Like, yeah, I don't like football, but I grew up in a football family, so I do know a little bit about a little bit about a little bit. So, yeah. Shout out to the Chiefs, shout out to them. Like you can't deny that is a powerful team, and you got to give them their props. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think what it is for me is not necessary, because I'm not a football fan, but it's not necessarily about the sport. It's about the fans. The fans here are annoying as hell. So I think they just get on my nerves more than anything, especially growing up in a football family. So I think that's what it is. But, nonetheless, excuse me, I guess this is my final thought. So shout out to the Chiefs. And then Derek says, I'm going to be back on. I ain't going to blow up the comments. So Jerry's
always love the comments.
Yeah, the comments are awesome. We love when y'all interact. So keep them coming. But yeah, Jerry's final thoughts. Take it away.
Jerry's final thoughts is, I just want people to understand that certain things are here to be remembered. No matter how good they are or how bad they are. Again, like I said earlier, we went through a Valentine's Day massacre. And also, at the same time, we had people that had the time of their lives. So it's going to be a memory that is always going to be shared, but it's also going to be vastly different. But I don't want people to negate that it's a memory. Some people had a great time, and who they came with is who they left with. And some people had a horrible time, and who they came with was not who they left with. When it's all said and done, it still was a time. And what a time to be alive, to even understand what it's like to even not to be. All of my condolences go to the people who are still in the hospital, going through this ordeal. The family of the lady, and I think it was a second victim. So shout out to everybody that is not getting to see them people come home. I want to tell y'all that I deeply apologize that you had to go through so much hardship for a day that should have been so happy for you. I always say we have to start taking care of each other in order to understand each other. And so I want everybody to just start taking care of each other at this moment. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
All right. Thank you for that, Jerry's final thought. And this is episode 111 of the Ish We Talk. And we will see you guys for episode 112. Bye.
Exactly.